Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Power or Might. I am Jonathan Coachman, here with Trini Kwan and with Corey Graves. And today on Power or Might, we're going to see the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Ember Moon here. And we're going to hear from the TWF Heavyweight Fighter, Ember Moon. And we're going to see what she has to say. Jonathan Coachman says, well, I can tell you one thing Trini Kwan said. Ember Moon has been living on cloud 9 or close to it ever since she became the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, I can tell you one thing, Corey Graves says, everyone's luck runs out. Everyone's happy time comes to their sad time. And I think Ember Moon, and I think at the end of the day, I think Ember Moon is going to reach that that glass top that everyone keeps talking about. Oh, let me guess who that might be. Well, it can't be Carmella Graves, your wife, I can tell you that. Well, I just gotta stand here then. As you know, I am the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And I've won it back around, was it July? No, June. I think I won it back around June or May. And a lot of folks out there have always liked to scathe folks once they win something. And they like to bring up about how I should have been a TWF, how I should have been the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter, or the WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, sadly, that didn't work out for me. And when I was a WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter and a WWE NXT Women's Team Fighter when that became a thing. But they didn't know what to do with me. And by 2020 YL, they chose to let me go. So at the end, I was on NXT, I was on Raw, then I was on NXT, traded to Raw, traded to SmackDown, traded back to NXT, and then I was fired. And now I'm in AEW calling myself Athena, but some of you folks will get mad and say, oh, don't go by Ember Moon, that was her WWE Thrall name. Shut up. It ain't no Thrall name. You know. And also, I'll tell you right now, that at the end of the day, whoever dares to fight me for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings is going to get a fight and some. Well, here's Angelina Love, Ember Moon, or Athena, or whatever you want to call yourself. Are you still bitching about how your WWE run didn't go very well? Are you still talking about how everything that happened on NXT and Raw and SmackDown NXT didn't go to your liking? Well, you did a lot more in your WWE run than I did in mine. I mean, when I came to WWE, I was sent to DSW, which was owned by WWE at the time, and they called me Angel Williams. And the sad thing is, I never did get called up beyond being DSW. So you did a lot more in WWE than I ever did. You look at being the WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter and the WWE NXT Women's Team Fighter as bad things. as if they weren't good enough. Yeah, you didn't become the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. You didn't become the WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And you didn't win the WWE Raw and SmackDown Women Team winnings when that was a thing. But you did a lot more than I did. But I'm going to tell you something, Ember Moon. You are going to give me back my winnings that I won. And I know there's going to be a lot of women wrestlers, fighters, overstars. They're all going to say that they should have the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings over me. And I know they're going to have to bring up my TNA WIW background and work that to unthank me. To say that I wouldn't be good, that I'm not good enough, or whatever you came up with. Look, Ember Moon says, somewhere you want to wrestle me for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings, or you're gonna talk about how your run in IW was more good than my run in WWE. Is that what you're gonna say? Well, I'll put it on the line. And we don't need Gail Kim to come out here and make the match. I can just do it myself, Ember Moon says. That's what I'll do. Well, this is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. First, she is Angelina Love. And she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Ember Moon. Ding ding ding. Well, I want to know just one thing, Corey Graves says. Why is my wife, Carmella Graves, not even talked about? I mean, why is she not in the life? Why is she not in it? Oh, I don't know, Trini Kwan says. I don't know. We'd be talking about Ember Moon and fighting Angelina Love, Jonathan Coachman says. That's the match we should be talking about. That's the fight we should be having our minds on, Jonathan Coachman said. Not about why so-and-so isn't in the likeness, in the match, or in the fight. Ember Moon taking down Angelina Love right now, Jonathan Coachman says. Ember Moon thinks she's going to do the Eclipse, or the Block, or whatever you want to call it. And Angelina Love picks on Ember Moon, and body slams Ember Moon. And picks her up and body slams her again. Ember Moon, whatever upside she had, she now lost it, Jonathan Coachman says. Angelina Love at least is a 5-time or a 6-time IW Women's Heavyweight fighter, Trini Kwan says. So you would lose your upside to her. Well, I'll tell you what, Corey Graves says. Angelina Love might be a skilled women's wrestler. She may have been a 5-time IW Heavyweight fighter. But I don't know if that's going to be good enough to beat Ember Moon. Well, Angelina Love wanted to make fun of Ember Moon's hole. Ember Moon got her the Eclipse, or the Block, or whatever you want to call it. It's over. It's over. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner. And still the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Ember Moon. And Ember Moon is still the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter here. She beat Angelina Love and still is the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Jonathan Coachman says. Yes, she is, Trini Kwan said. She gave Angelina Love one hell of a match, one hell of a fight. And Angelina Love did put up one hell of a match for a fight too. But at the end of the day, Ember Moon just... at the end of the day, Ember Moon just wanted it... Fuck. But at the... I guess... Come on here. Well, but at the end of the day, Ember Moon just wanted it want a little more than Angelina Love, Jonathan Coachman says. Yes, I would think so, Trini Kwan says. Ember Moon meet Angelina Love here on Power Might. I'm still telling you, Corey Graves says Carmella, she should be the one to fight Ember Moon for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. Well, sadly, that's up to Gil Kim and the TWF oversight team. That's not up to you, Corey Graves. Well, it should be. Well, it should be, Corey Graves says. Oh. Well, Joey Styles right now is gonna. We got Joey Styles right now, and Joey Styles now is gonna talk with Carmella Graves. Yes, I'm gonna be talking with Carmella here, or Carmella Graves, since she is wedlocked to Corey Graves. And yeah, Joey Styles, I should be the one to fight Ember Moon for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. I mean, nothing against Angelina Love, but she'll never be as good as me. Hell, no IW Women's Heavyweight Wrestler or AEW Women's Wrestler will ever be as good as a WWE Women's Wrestler. So I'm calling you out, Ember Moon. Since you're not in WWE anymore, you're in AEW now. And we all know in AEW, they call you Athena now. But you're Ember Moon, whatever. Why don't you just do yourself some good and give up the winnings to me? Well, what have you done, Carmella, that would make folks think you should go for Ember Moon? I am a former WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter, two-time Lady Gal in the Box winner. I'm also a, believe it or not, I'm a former WWE Raw and SmackDown Women's Team Fighter. And I'm also a two-time WWE 24/7 fighter. So I think I've done a lot more in my time in WWE than Ember Moon ever did. So, Ember Moon, I'm coming after you. And I will be the next TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, that was our talk with Carmella. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman. Yay! Corey Graves says, well, I knew my wife is going to go for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. Trini Kwan said, we don't know yet. She could just be opening her mouth and asking for a match, asking for a fight. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, Trini Kwan says. Well, that's right, Jonathan Coachman says. Thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Carmella here today on Power and Might. And it looks like it is all the time we got here for Power and Might. I am Jonathan Coachman for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Power or Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw or Alone Day Night Raw.